In the September Direct of last year, Nintendo showed off some environmental screens of Pikmin 4, the next entry in the Pikmin franchise. But that's all we got. So while we have almost actually nothing to go off of, I want to talk about Pikmin 4 today and speculate what new features they could add to this game to differentiate it from the rest of the series. Let's talk about it. Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Pikmin 4, a game I don't think I've really ever talked about on this channel outside of maybe that initial Nintendo Direct kind of reaction discussion, whatever it is that I did that time. I wanted to talk about it today because I'm actually playing through Pikmin 1 fully for the first time at the moment. The only Pikmin games I played all the way through are Pikmin 3 Deluxe, as well as Hey Pikmin. Pikmin 1 and 2 I just never finished. I played a bunch as a kid, just never got around to actually finishing them. The time limit always super stressed me out in Pikmin 1, so that's kind of what halted me there for so long, but finally playing through it, so I've been in that Pikmin mood, and I'm excited to see what they decide to do to differentiate Pikmin 4 from the rest of the series. So I have a couple things written down here that I want to talk about, and these are all very standard things. I just want to discuss it with you all and kind of get some feedback. What do you think Pikmin 4 is going to add to the series that differentiates it from the rest of the series? What do you think the big new thing will be for Pikmin 4 to really set it apart, why it took so long, all that. So we'll start off with the obvious thing. So in the September Direct last year, where Miyamoto announced the game, he said the game would have a new camera angle. You would be seeing the world of Pikmin from a new perspective. I'm paraphrasing here, but something along those lines. From the shots we got, it kind of indicates that maybe the camera is going to be much closer to your character. Now, this would be completely different for Pikmin. This actually completely changes the game. And I don't know if that's a good thing. We need to see what this actually means. But, you know, they have these shots, and you can tell kind of by the design of the world that this is likely going to be the case. You know, they have this, like, bench shot where you're obviously going to go under the bench and just explore underneath stuff without going into, like, a cave like you would in Pikmin 1 or 2 or 3. Everything from the design to the camera angles that we saw in that little environmental trailer indicate that the camera is going to be much closer to your captain in this game. I don't know what that necessarily means for the rest of the gameplay outside of just exploring, and that's going to certainly be different. I feel like that would maybe indicate that you might have a more tight-knit group of Pikmin or something, because if you have 100 Pikmin on screen and the camera's closer, that could get really annoying. I was talking to my friend about this, and he was saying, because he's a huge Pikmin fan, like, oh, I hope they don't only have the closer zoom, because then you really can't see all that much. Right, that's how Pikmin is designed. So if they're going to have this closer zoom on the camera, I feel like they almost need to redesign the game quite a bit and how it's played. You know, Pikmin at its core is really an RTS, so you want to have these top-down or at least almost top-down perspectives. If the camera is closer, if it's more like a third-person action-adventure game kind of feel, that's going to be radically different. And I won't say I'm not excited for that. I'm very curious to see what Miyamoto and his team whips up with this game, because it's been so damn long. But it's definitely different. I definitely expect something different from this game, because if it is just the same Pikmin style gameplay, but you can't see the entire map all at once, or at least a wide area of the map, if it's really just zoomed in permanently, if it's just the same thing but that would be very unfortunate. But I mean, obviously we would need to wait and see how it actually plays. That on paper, that sounds not good. So I'm gonna trust them. I trust what they're doing, and hopefully that will that'll work out for the better. The next thing we got to bring up is a new Pikmin type. So I feel like the logo kind of indicates something here. The Pikmin logo, like the word Pikmin, has become very sterile. It's very green, whatever. But the 4 is now blooming with yellow flowers. Maybe I'm looking too much into this, but there are no yellow, like, flower Pikmin. There's no Pikmin with a yellow flower on its head. So maybe that's what that is. Either way, there's certainly going to be some sort of new Pikmin. As for what that could be, I don't know, and I'm sure it would go in line with if the gameplay and kind of pacing is different, it would go in line with that. I've always thought about a Pikmin that can, like, burrow underground and, like, go under a gate and, like, you know, grab something like that. Maybe dig holes for the captains to kind of crawl through, something like that. Either way, there will certainly be at least one new Pikmin type. I would hope maybe 2 or 3, though. Pikmin 2 introduced 2, Pikmin 3 introduced 2, so running theory would be 2, I assume, right? And as for the other older Pikmin, I'm guessing they probably wouldn't bring back the flying and rock Pikmin at the very least. Especially not flying Pikmin. Rock Pikmin, maybe. And I'm talking about for the main campaign. I'm sure whatever side modes they have, they'll be included. But I don't know if you want to have, you know, like 7 different Pikmin types running around at once. That could get a little hectic. But maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe that's why they're changing it. Maybe you're going to have, like I said, like a more close-knit kind of party of Pikmin that maybe have a little bit more life. It really feels like, just from this little trailer we got, maybe I'm reading too much into it, it really does feel like they're going for like a radical departure of what Pikmin was. And that's really exciting for me. As someone who likes Pikmin enough, I'm not like a huge fan of the series, I'm very curious to see how they can maybe kind of modernize it a little bit for a wider audience, because Pikmin's always been a very niche thing. So closer zoom, that seems all but confirmed. Closer, different camera angle, that's definitely going to be happening almost certainly. And then a new Pikmin type more than likely will happen as well. But the main reason I even thought about making this video is I want to talk about that 4. So in Pikmin 2, they had 2 captains. You had Olimar and Louie. Then in Pikmin 3, you had Charlie, Brittany, and Alf. Obviously going with the Pikmin 3. Does that mean Pikmin 4 will have 4 captains? Well, in the screenshots, we already have one new captain, the girl with the pink hair. It's not Brittany. Her hair is different, or I guess they could have redesigned Brittany a little bit, I guess. I actually do think they're going to have 4 new captains for us to play with in this game. However, I don't think it's going to be your one player controlling 4 captains. No, I think instead, and I'm not sure how exactly they'll structure it, maybe it'll be a separate mode or something like that. Maybe certain maps you'll be playing as 2 different captains, and then another map you'll be playing as the other 2. I think this game should have a huge focus on co-op. Pikmin has always been something that I feel like could really shine in a co-op style game. And they have these modes. They have like Bingo Battle and the Mission mode and all these things, but they're always local only. And it's 2023. So I would hope that at the very least those side modes are online. But I want to go one step further and say that I think the entire campaign, if you want to call it that, the story mode of Pikmin 4, it would be awesome if that was co-op. And I'm not saying, 4 players, although I guess they could do that. But no, even just 2-player co-op online where each person controls 2 captains. That could add so much. You can make the maps way bigger, which it looks like the maps are going to be bigger, so you can cover more ground in one day. I just think adding co-op and making co-op a big focus of Pikmin 4 would do very good for the series. At least that's something I've always wanted more of, more co-op, more online functionality, that kind of thing. I want to see that. I want to see online be a major component of Pikmin 4. I remember when Pikmin 3 Deluxe came out a couple years back, I was so disappointed when they didn't add online to the side modes. But like I said, even one step further, I really do think that that main story mode could be played online. Even just have drop in, drop out. Like, if they drop out, you can go swap and control all 4 of them. That wouldn't be ideal, of course. The game maybe wouldn't be designed for you to control all 4 players. And like I said, maybe it could be a separate mode or something, but some sort of bigger focus on online. That is what I want. I hope that is the big thing they're going to promote with this game, the big secret that I alluded to in the thumbnail and title. Just something like that. A hook, you know? I'm sure they'll have a lot of exciting new gameplay changes in terms of that different perspective and camera angle, new Pikmin, the maps being, bigger and, more beautiful than ever. The game, quick aside, I was looking at screenshots of Pikmin 4 and then screenshots of Pikmin 3. Pikmin 3 in my head looks like that's a good looking video game. Bro, Pikmin 4 actually looks so good comparatively. So I'm very excited to see all the different landscapes and all the different environments they include. But online, that is what I really want to see in terms of a right hook. Go buy this game, play it with your friends, make it a big deal. Because I think Pikmin could be a bigger deal for Nintendo. I think this is a series that could have that kind of more mainstream appeal, but as it stands with its current formula and very single-player oriented focus, it doesn't really work out. So I think they're making some right choices here. Obviously, we need to see more of what's going on here. We need to see what Miyamoto is actually talking about when he's talking about these different camera angles and perspectives. But I'm really excited for Pikmin 4. I think this could be an awesome game, and I think they could do a lot to move this series forward and kind of propel it into being a bigger Nintendo franchise, because right now it is one of their most niche. And also, while we're here, I always like to do release date predictions. So right now the game is just slated for a 2023 release. I'm wondering, when do you think this game will actually release? For me, I want to say August, September, because that's when Pikmin 3 came out. I think it was July in Japan, but in that time frame, summer seems like the right time for this. Or do you think it'll get pushed? I've seen a lot of people online saying, oh, Pikmin 4 is going to get delayed to 2024. I don't really know if there's any reason to think that, other than the fact that they didn't show much. but I feel like that was a deliberate choice. I'm sure the game is probably ready to go, at least for the most part. So yeah, let me know when do you think this game's gonna come out. I'm gonna stick to my September. I think September is a good time for Pikmin. Late summer, you're getting ready for fall. Kind of has vibes of both in its gameplay, or at least like the tone of the game. So I think September, maybe August, maybe even October. That late summer, early fall seems to be the right spot for Pikmin 4. But let me know, what do you think will be Pikmin 4's release date, as well as the big twist, the marketing focal points of Pikmin 4. Of course, Pikmin 3 was the 3 captains. Will it be 4 captains? Will it be a new Pikmin type? Will it be co-op? What do you think it'll be? Let me know down in the comments below. This has been Bo Talks Game. Thank you so much for watching and supporting all the recent Nintendo topics and discussions. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe here for more so you don't miss any of them, and stay tuned for even way more, because boy howdy is there probably going to be a direct this week, which I'm very, very excited about. Until next time, folks, bye-bye.